in Ghana. So you could see the cordiality has always been there. This is the time for the two countries to sit down and begin to decipher what went wrong. And I can tell you that the fact that certain things were left undone had accounted for what we are seeing. And it's also important. We must not gloss over the fact that the different tiers of administration in Nigeria should try as much as possible to step up the level of welfare so that you don't find Nigerians, I hope you permit use of this expression, running to different countries of the world as economic refugees. You should be able to have your country up and running in different sectors so that Nigerians should be attracted to stay back home instead of moving in large numbers to other countries. In fact, once you have too many people from a particular country in another country, sometimes it breeds jealousy, it breeds envy. People begin to feel that you have migrated to take away.
Let's not forget that some of us are privy to certain information that some Nigerians, especially some young Nigerians, are not doing legitimate business in Ghana. Some young Nigerians go over there to Ghana and they get involved in cybercrime.
That was why I said it requires proper interrogation. Indeed, there's no country that will allow you to do whatever you like on its shores. Once you are in someone else's country, you must be ready to comply with the existing laws of that country. That you don't enforce laws in your own country does not mean that another country would gloss over you getting involved in criminal activities. So it is important that there is proper interrogation and investigation. We cannot say that all Nigerians in Ghana get involved in criminal activities.
Definitely.
Those Nigerians that get involved in criminal activities, definitely they should be made to face the law. But the law-abiding ones should be encouraged and supported to continue with their legitimate businesses. And this is where the two countries will now have to come in and sit down and use the structures they have to be able to solve what appears to be a matter that will translate into a fairly long diplomatic row. They really do not need to have a fairly long diplomatic row. It is a matter that will be resolved quickly and amicably.
All right, then. So let's go on to some other stories now. We have this one. Apata Sands kick as Northern lawyers form parallel NBA. Now, we do know that the NBA has a newly sworn-in president. That's the person of Olumide Apata. Well, this president of the new sworn-in president of Nigerian Bar Association, Olumide Apata, and some other senior advocates of Nigeria, they have moved to condemn what has been described as Northern lawyers in the country forming a parallel association, just like the Nigerian Bar Association. Now, some lawyers of Northern extraction yesterday are said to have formed what they call the new NBA, following recent controversy that trailed the withdrawal of an invite to the Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai as a guest speaker at the association's conference. Now, the breakaway group, in a statement by two lawyers, names given as Nuhu Ibrahim, convener, and Abdul Basit Suleiman, convener, to explain that the formation of the new NBA was aimed at protecting their interests as enshrined under Section 40 of the Constitution.
The name of the society, once you have any human setting, any human society, it connotes divergence, it connotes plurality or pluralism, meaning that, yes, even if people were born of the same parents, at a certain point, you begin to see them exhibit a divergence in their stand, in their opinions. And that's exactly what appears to be playing out in the fold. That's what I'm talking about the Nigerian Nigerian Bar Association. People are feeling differently about a particular matter. But the best way to go is not by trying to deplete the strength of the Nigerian Bar Association. Nigerian Bar Association is one body that has indeed come a long way, has really indeed come a long way. As a united family, as a united body, it has fought battles. And if it has fought battles and continue to remain as one united family, this is not the time to begin to whittle down the strength of Nigerian Bar Association. Yes, the invitation was made available and later withdrawn. It could be talked over. Forming another group, in this instance, a faction of NBA, is not what will solve the problem. Trying to raise a body like that will even create additional problems, and it is important for men of law, I was talking about lawyers in different parts of the country, to try as much as possible. Yes, human beings are political animals, but don't allow politics to begin to determine what you do as a professional body. It appears some persons are already allowing politics to determine what they do.
What effects do you think this will have?
No, definitely. I've told you, it will whittle down the strength of Nigerian Bar Association. It will definitely whittle down.
To what extent? Really?
Yes, it will, because instead of speaking with one voice, they will now be speaking with double, or if you like, multiple voices, and people are not likely to take you seriously once you whittle down your strength. Let's cast our mind back to many years ago, talking about the teaching profession. In every town in Nigeria, virtually every town in Nigeria, you had a teachers' union. In Enugu, in Calabar, in Ibadan, in Lagos, wherever. In different parts of the country. In Kaduna, you would have a teachers' union. But some gentlemen of the teaching profession came together and said, no, if you continue to have a multiplicity of trade unions, people were not likely to take you seriously. And who were these great men of vision? I'm talking of Reverend Israel Oladutu, Ransom Kuti, Dr. Avani Kuku, and Mr. E. Eswa. There were other people, but these were indeed in the front line. They went around the country talking to teachers that you will need to come together so that you will have one united body. And that was how Nigerian Union of Teachers came into being in the year 1931. And with that, NUT, we do know, has fought and won many battles, particularly in the area of collective bargaining. These men that I mentioned made it possible for teachers to collapse the multiple teachers' unions in different parts of the country to now form Nigerian Union of Teachers, NUT, in 1931. And with that, teaching profession became more respectable, more distinguished, and of course, people can now relate to them better. So it's not in the best interest of the legal profession of MBA
Definitely not.
to have a faction now. Certainly not. Back to you.
All right, so let's touch on some of the dailies very quickly before we take your responses. Don't forget, you can get to us. You can reach us via text messaging to the numbers 0810 608 1681 and 0818 202 5883. All right, we'll be taking your messages in a bit. In the meantime, let's look at stories from the Vanguard newspaper. There's this particular story that is very, it's a sad one. I don't know if you ever watched the movie Black Panther. Well, did you? Okay. Well, Black Panther, Very interesting movie when it came out. The star of the movie has passed on. Chadwick Boseman. Well, he died of colon cancer. Very unfortunate indeed. Well, some of the stories from the Vanguard newspaper. Let's quickly touch on some of the stories. Ex-Oyo lawmaker arrested over alleged assault on APC leader. Policeman demands bribe from traffic offender, rejects 100 naira. Still on the Vanguard newspaper, PDP Obasanjo, everything changed in Nigeria within 8 years. Fani Kayode speaks. All right, so these are some headlines that you will find, major headlines that is, that you would find in the Vanguard newspaper. Let's touch on some of the stories here. Well, something on SIM card cloning. SIM card cloning fraud now in vogue. Bank customers warned. So that tells you that you should protect your SIM, protect your phone, protect your SIM, because it could be cloned and used to withdraw money from your account. AFDP, additional's re-election as president due to hard work, good character. That's coming from Orni. NACON restates commitment to improving standard of Hajj operations. Bad borrowers as banks begin activation of GSI. Stakeholders see challenges ahead. Polio, why battle is not over, Dr. Faisal Shuaibu cautions. Well, not too long ago, within the week, we heard that Nigeria was declared polio free, and that came as good news to the health sector in Nigeria. For the past 2 years, we haven't recorded new polio cases, and we do hope that will be maintained.
Yes, in fact, it's a big congratulations to the country for indeed doing well to ensure that polio is kicked out. And in this instance, one will have to commend a particular non-state actor, a particular non-governmental organization. I'm talking about Rotary International. Rotary International actually spearheaded the fight against polio worldwide, and it is important to say at this point that non-governmental organizations all over the world should be inspired by what Rotary International did for the world and begin to see how to do something in that direction. It may not be in the area of polio. We have other health conflicts or challenges. So it would be wonderful if they could key into helping humanity to address as many health challenges as possible. Yes, the nation is celebrating that polio has been kicked out, but for as long as women still go to the labor rooms to let Nigeria, to let the world have more babies, indeed, it means that we cannot be talking of having Christmas all through. So it should be eyes on the ball. In this instance, each particular delivery, effort should be made to monitor the state of the child, even without detecting any sign of any deformity.
I think the celebration. Sorry to interrupt you. I think the celebration is coming from the fact that prior to this time, some parts of the country saw the vaccination as a control mechanism, a population control mechanism. So now that it seems like the vaccination has been embraced, so there's a possibility that younger women getting pregnant and being delivered of babies will ensure that their babies are vaccinated.
Yes, one thing is for vaccination or immunization to have national acceptance. The next thing is access. Access. We do know that our health sector is not what it should be. So this is the time for the nation's health sector, interestingly, health is on the concurrent legislative list, meaning that state and federal governments are empowered to legislate on health matters. The two tiers of administration should come together and ensure that we begin to step up the quality of our healthcare facilities. It is important that officials of the Federal Ministry of Health should try and take up the file of Professor Liko Oramson-Kuti, who was Minister of Health of this country from 1985 to 1992. Go through his extensive files. He did a lot in the area of health. Yes, Professor Liko Oramson-Kuti, distinguished medical expert, and of course the nation's first professor of pediatrics. He really did a lot. So it will help to ensure that we begin to get it right, particularly in the area of primary health care. That will help to give access to children and their mothers in the area of vaccination or immunization. That will help to begin to checkmate a fresh outbreak of polio mellitus. It is important. You mentioned one or two other stories that has to do with some persons said to be in police uniform now determining how much will be given to them as inducement of bribe. Collection of bribe is not official, it's not legal, and there have been complaints that bribe collection points sometimes are mounted in front of police stations, meaning that some persons in uniform appear to be legalizing that, which is indeed worrisome. Even a person in uniform entering a commercial bus and claiming to be staff. Are you a staff of that bus? You are paid salaries.
I think it happens mainly in Lagos.
Yes, you are paid salaries, and from the salaries you are paid, you should be able to take care of your transport fare.
Now, sorry to digress a bit. Why is that a case in Lagos? I know I had a conversation with a personnel, and we argued over this issue. Why exactly is it the case, and why is it only in Lagos?
Yes, it's really disturbing. But what I'm trying to say now, what I intend to say now, may not be the only factor, but
okay,
this actually contributed to that. Way back in time in Lagos, in fact, as the Civil War ended, in fact, transporters indeed appreciated men and women in uniform for their show of gallantry during the Civil War. And it was in that mood of celebration that some of them extended free rides to men and women in uniform in different parts of Lagos. But definitely, that was something they did without anybody prompting them to do that. But over the years, some men and women, not everyone anyway, some men and women in uniform now went ahead to begin to insist that
it's their right.
Yes, that it had become their right to board commercial vehicles without paying. Outside Lagos, men and women in uniform pay when they
exactly
board the official vehicles. And even right now in Lagos, when men and women in uniform board the BRT, which is now called Lagos State Bus Services Limited, when they board the buses of Lagos State Bus Services Limited, they pay. From Obalande to Oshodi, they pay their 200 naira or 250 naira, as the case may be. They pay.
And I also know that some bus drivers see them as a guarantee that they will not be.
That's another leg. That's another leg of it. I was coming to that. You also have some transport operators, not only in Lagos, in different parts of the country, that don't have the right papers. They have not renewed their licenses. They don't have side mirrors, so they are in default. They wait for.
In fact, they ensure.
Yes. In fact, they have to solicit to have
one officer.
yes, one woman or person, one woman or man in uniform to accompany them for the rest of the day. And at the end of the day, perhaps the man or woman in uniform may also be appreciated in cash. So it's an abuse that has been institutionalized, and that is not good enough.
I think I like that phrase, an abuse that has been institutionalized. Indeed. Oh well, let's. We do have your responses coming through, and we have a program that'll be coming up at 6:45. But in the meantime, let's quickly go into the text messaging portal and take your responses. We also have your comments coming through on Facebook. So let's take some of these comments that we have with us right here. This one here reads, let's see now. I have this one here. This one is from Wali Fatullah, where he says Togo is first country ever to eliminate sleeping sickness as a public health problem. Now, this achievement comes after more than 2 decades of sustained political commitment, surveillance, and screening of cases. What they conveniently forgot to tell Nigerians is that we are the last country to be declared polio-free. The whole of Africa had to wait on us for Africa to be declared polio-free. A whole giant of Africa. Yes, we are quite a lot when you talk about population. So they had to take time for that to go around. All right. Well, Wale Fatullah, thanks for your message. We totally appreciate. Gunmen. Good morning. Why Malachi? Okay. Okay, so let's see now. Hi, Metro Crew, I beg your pardon. Echo Weekend. Okay. Some Nigerians are very indisciplined and exploitative up to the outside the shores of this country. Now, to be frank, the government of Ghana does not like this. Are you aware that in Ghana, rents on houses, stores, business places, and even women are hiked because Nigerians are prepared to pay with whatever cash on these items, on these things, and since we go there with a lot of money. Well, these are some cases, according to Nini from K2. Good morning to you. Good morning to you too. I can find your name here. Okay. Well, okay, yes. It says, my name is Franco Simi. How you doing, Franco Simi? Good morning to you. Franco Simi sent this one from Ogba. Well, he said, he congratulates the northern lawyers who formed new NBA in protest against cancellation of El Rufai's invitation by the NBA. Now, how many lawyers and chambers do they have in core northern Nigeria? Must they always have their way on every issue in Nigeria? Oh well, Franco Simi. Steve Omar Fozor sent in this very lengthy message. He says, good morning, Metro Crew. On the Nigeria-Ghana relationship, the federal government of Nigeria has not shown over time that it has the interests of its citizens at heart, particularly since this present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari came on board, where he said the socio-economic and political situation have become too harsh and unbearable. Nigerians becoming refugees in their own land as a result of insecurity and poverty. Imagine what is going on now with the Nigerian Bar Association. Hence, the question, is Nigeria still a country? The people now so divided than ever before. However, restructuring, he says, of Nigeria is imperative now. Okay, that's from Steve Omar Ofozo. It's important to state the source, actually. Now, Uzodinma sent in this one saying, good morning, Moses and Malaki. FG applauds acquittal of drug suspect in Saudi Arabia is curious. If government will expend so much energy on this issue, my question is, why has government not expended such energy to address the humiliation of Nigerians in Ghana and South Africa? Well, we are on that one right now. I am not impressed with lamentation by government because it is not enough. I expect government to take hostile foreign countries. Insecurity should also be addressed. Okay. And then I have another This is from Benoba Solomon. Well, he sends his regards, and then he says, my take on the diplomatic row between Nigeria and Ghana can be seen as a revenge to what happened way back in the early 80s when Ghanaians were asked to leave Nigeria. And so they're using the excuse of business issues to vent their anger on innocent Nigerians there. Nigerian government should come out tough to deal with the issues before it degenerates into killing Nigerians. Enough of this, let's see now. Enough of this Big Brother posture that is robbing us of our place of pride in the Committee of Nations. All right, that's Benoba Solomon. Okay, and then this one here reads, you will no longer tolerate harassment of Nigerians in Ghana. Okay, very good. But take note that if you prevent people from criticizing your government under the guise of hate speech bill, it also amounts to harassment. And that message is coming from Okangbelina from Mafoluku. All right. Good morning, Metro FM. Nigerian government should do something to be protecting her citizens all over the world, like Americans do, because all over the world, Nigerians are being harassed, embarrassed, and our government should do something seriously over our failing economy, as this is what makes Nigerians run helter-skelter to other countries searching for greener pastures. I am Marcel Akukwe, texting in from the Sherry Oshun in Lagos. All right, so let's take on messages from our Facebook page very quickly. Technically, Nigerians must go. He says the joke is on us. The measure we used in serving them, we are getting in return in manifolds. The law is excruciatingly and ridiculously harsh for the indigent foreign business owner in Ghana. And as a matter of necessity, the authorities should painstakingly strike a balance of conscience diplomatically, bearing in mind there are Ghanaians all over the globe making a living with an investment equity less than $1 million. And if such policy is stretched across board, international rift isn't inevitable. Most Africans don't pause to reminisce about a greater future. It's quite unfortunate, really. An unfortunate one. All right. So let's see. Do I have another message via Facebook? Okay. Well, I do have some more text messages here. I'll take one or two, maybe just one, before we bring you Live Ball. Live Ball is a sponsored program that will be coming up in a bit. That's 6:45. Yes, that's 1 minute away. So let's see now. Let's take this message here. This one here reads, helicopter crash. News had it that the third occupant is dead. Oh, really? Okay. May your souls rest in peace. Igbo presidency. These people should be allowed to rule Nigeria come 2023 in the interest of equity and justice. Southern Kaduna killings. When will this end? When Ghana demolished a building at Nigerian embassy there, our government kept mute. Now they've taken it to another level. Yet we are playing Big Brother. $1 million. Ghanaians are unrealistic. Chijoke in Isolo. All right, so we'll take a break now. Take a listen to Life Ball, and then we come back and take some more of your comments and reactions to the headlines we're sharing this morning. Good morning once again. Stay with Metro. This is Life Ball.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's another beautiful day, and I have some amazing information to pass across to you. Now, if you value your health, if you definitely want to go green, doing things the natural way, reducing chemicals, and doing what is right for your health, for your body, then you need to be introduced to our natural-based product called the Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack. Yes, the Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack. Now, this product, like the name implies, is a ball-shaped sack containing herbs which is steamed to hotness and later compressed on key areas of your body to allow essential oils from the herbs to penetrate deeply into your skin, relieving the different kinds of pains in the joints and muscles. Yes, it is a total package for on your body. It is called Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack. A long-awaited natural product for the treatment of all sorts of vein, muscular, and joint pains. Herbalife Ball is also duly registered by NAFDAC. Now, you can stand up straight, sit comfortably, and add a bounce to your walk using the Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack that can be self-applied or assisted. Herbalife Ball Limited, as one of the foremost natural physiotherapy companies in Nigeria, has been using this product in-house for a long time on people with mobility issues. Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack is for anyone and everyone with any form of joint or muscle aches, especially the elderly. This product is available at our offices and with partners nationwide. So I'll be giving you a list of the places you can get it in Lagos and in Abuja. Our Abuja office is located at Suite CG006, Dame Patience Jonathan Block, Wuye Ultramodern Market, opposite Family Church, Wuye, Abuja. You can call the following numbers to speak with our healthcare professional. For our Abuja number, it's 090 3000 2708. That is 090 3000 2708. Our Lagos offices include the following: House 7, Musa Akko Close, inside Akin Oshinyemi Street off Allen Avenue, first bus stop, Ikeja, Lagos. Another is plot 19B, Unity Avenue, Oko Filling bus stop, Lasu Igodo Road, Lagos. Another is plot 82, Ebute Igbobo Road, Waek bus stop, Ebute Ikorodu, Lagos. Suite 1F3, The Hub Plaza, Ado Road, Pump and Seal bus stop, Aja, Lagos. To place your order now, and for more inquiries and even partnership, you can call the following numbers to speak with our healthcare professional. Our Lagos number is 090 30 00 2709. That's 090 3000 2709. With Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack, no pain, no pills, just steam and apply. This is an effective remedy for all joints and muscle pains. Once again, no pills, no cream, just steam and apply. And you can say goodbye to your muscle and bone aches. Once again, you can call the following number to speak with an healthcare professional. For our Abuja number, it's 090 3000 2708. That is 090 30 00 2708. Our Lagos number is 090 30 00 2709. That's 090 3000 2709 to get your own Herbalife Ball Steam Application Pain Pack. Now, I advise that you call us as soon as you can because we're having our end of the year discount on purchases within this period. This is the pack that will probably change everything for you.
All right, so still newspaper review right here on 97.7 Metro FM, and we're still taking your responses via text messaging. And I see your response here. Uzodimma, you say, I didn't read your message correctly. I don't understand what you mean by I didn't read your message correctly. I read exactly what you wrote down here. All right, thank you very much for that message once again. All right, so let's go on to some other messages now. Yes, I've taken this one from Chijoke from Isolo. I also do have a message here. This one here reads, good morning. Other African countries, not only Ghana, don't like us, Nigerians. They are jealous of how we work hard and are successful in their land. Mary from Ikeja. Okay, that's Mary's take on the issue. Good morning. It's unfortunate that we are currently having the worst of all administration. Even the Nigerian government does not respect the life of its citizens. Ghana can't do this if Obasanjo was in power. Buhari should take it tough on these people, that's the Ghanaian people, and stop being mute about it. Peace in Edo from Emmanuel Peters. Okay. Nigeria has always played the big brother role in Africa, rendering help to other African countries at a time of need. But they've always paid Nigeria back with bad coins. Until Nigeria leaders treat Nigerians with respect, no country will respect us. Until Nigerians show other African countries that we are real giants indeed and not toothless bulldogs, they will continue to toy and mess with us. Idemapuza from Surulere. All right. Good morning to you. Good morning to you too. Says Franco Simi. Yes, I read your message via another number. Thank you very much, Franco Simi. There's a compliment here coming from David. It says, Malaka, you're not only a historian, you are a diary. Okay, moving on to some other messages. We have this one here from Ike Nwabweze from Oshodi. He says, on Ghana and its treatment to our citizens in their country, let me inform you that Ghanaians who were deported from Nigeria some years ago were mainly illegal immigrants, not those staying and doing legitimate business in Nigeria. Had it been that our government retaliated when our consulate building was demolished by Ghanaian authorities, they wouldn't have gone further to harass Nigerians as we are witnessing right now. With our weak response to insults like this, how do we expect other nations to respect us as the giants of Africa we claim to be? All right. I do have this one here. Good morning, Metro crew. My take on the diplomatic row between Nigeria and Ghana can be seen as a revenge to what happened way back in the early 80s. All right, I think I've taken this message from Solomon Benoba via another number. This one here reads, good morning, Moses and Malachi. The uniformed men in Nigeria today are bribe takers. Please, there is no exception. Take a ride from Lagos down to the east and other parts of the country. The security men there openly take bribe from motorists. Some of them keep drums in the bush where they drop the money collected. Nemere Ken from Alimosho sends that's one in. All right. We'll take a few more before we take final reactions and responses, and then link you to the network service of the network news that will be coming up in a bit. Good morning, Metro FM. When Nigeria failed to protect their citizens at home, what do you expect from international community? The shame and disgrace Nigerians face abroad is as a result of the way and manner our government treats us. Oliver from Ejigo. All right. And okay. So yes, about Nigerian governments. About Nigerian government driving Ghanaians away in the year 1984 by Buhari and Idiagbon. It was an order by Jerry Rawlings, the Ghanaian head of state, then Akama Cletus from Oshodi. Okay, so you're saying that was okay. All right, so those are some messages that we have. Malachi, I understand that there are some messages you did not exactly respond to that you might want to respond to.
Yes, and even some of the
responses.
Yes,
right, let's have that very quickly.
Yes, thank you very much. Talking about certain the clinics in certain Kaduna, indeed, what is going on in that part of the state, that's in the certain part of Kaduna state, is indeed worrisome, and it speaks to the fact that the relevant security agencies have indeed not done enough. They should try as much as possible to bring the insecurity in certain Kaduna to a halt immediately. Moving on to Nigeria-Ghana diplomatic ties. Indeed, it is important that Nigeria tries to move away from what I call diplomacy of reaction. Don't wait for something to happen. You now begin to make efforts to correct it. No, be more proactive. Try to prevent as many conflicts as possible. And one of the ways by which it could be prevented is to ensure that you don't have your citizens in large numbers in foreign lands.
Well, that
Once
would have to do with the economy in the country. If it's good enough, I'm sure people, if there's ease of doing business,
good.
in Nigeria.
That is why the authorities of administration will have to sit down and ensure that the level of welfare in the country is stepped up, and you can do that with more creative governance. It is important so that we can have as many Nigerians as possible returning home to do businesses here. Once they are in large numbers in foreign lands, definitely it has a way of prompting envy, prompting jealousy. And once you are in a foreign land, make sure you operate according to the laws of
that land.
Yes, of that land. There's nothing you can negotiate that quickly. To polio, indeed, we are celebrating the end of polio in Nigeria. The fact remains that Nigeria was quite late in doing that. Other countries, smaller indeed, and even that are less endowed, achieved that wonderful result before Nigeria. It is good that we try as much as possible not to be late in critical things like ending polio and, of course, ending other health challenges.
We're still battling with Ebola, with
coronavirus,
Lassa fever.
Lassa fever. Nigeria
We're still battling with Lassa
Nigeria
fever.
could be said to be the headquarters of Lassa fever.
Yes.
Since
And,
1969, when there was the first outbreak of Lassa fever in Lassa in Borno State in 1969.
and one would
it has
expect
been
that
with us.
research would have been done to find a lasting solution.
One of our greatest problems in the health sector is the fact that we have not been able to produce vaccines. We keep importing. For how long will you continue to depend on diaspora to give you the critical things you need to be able to drive development in health and other sectors? Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Malachi, for your analysis and coming on the show. Do you have parting shots today?
Very quickly,
All right.
according to African proverb, and I plead to quote: no matter the redness of the eyes, it cannot, and repeat, it cannot boil a piece of yam. Unquote.
All right, then. That's something to ponder on. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Big thanks to my producer, Charity Igadosa, and also thanks to Malachi for coming on the show.
Thank you very
We'll now
much.
take you to the network service of Radio Nigeria for the network news. My name is Moses Humphrey. I'll be back with you right after the network news. Stay with Metro.